Welcome to this lucid dream induction to the fairy realm. Just relax and slow your breathing. You can watch the crescent moon pendulum and let your eyes close. Imagine you are walking through a forest. You have found a fairy ring deep within the forest, a circle of mushrooms. The inside is cleared, but the ring has mosses and grasses and tiny flowers within it. Ferns and sweet-smelling grasses surround it. Some people will speak to you of spore and fungus circle. They would say that each season of growth, fungus sprouts outside the edge of the space it filled the previous season, moving ever outward, leaving depleted ground within the circle. Those who have opened their minds, hearts, and souls to the realms of magic may speak to you of the fairies. Those who know the fairies will tell you that fairy rings are where the fairies dance and perform many of the rituals of their own magic. Legends warn you that those who join the fairy dance within the circle under the moon are sometimes lost to time and place. They may even disappear from mundane space forever. Those who do return are always thereafter a bit apart from other human folk. They are still listening to the music of the magic realms. When you come upon the fairy ring, bring a gift to leave, perhaps some food or some cloth or bright stones, some special thing of your own, such as a song. Sit near the ring in meditation to commune with fairies. Attend well to any words or feelings that come to you as you sit within or near the ring and seek the wisdom of the Fae. First, thank the Deva and the Fairy for all they have done for you in this earth. Always ask that they unfold for the highest good and that no harmful thing come from your visit. Always ask and listen with intuition for where you should be, within or outside the circle. You may ask if you could take a mushroom to use in future magic or meditation. When you ask the fairy and the mushrooms in the ring if you may have permission to pick a mushroom or two, and you clearly feel certain that you have received permission and directions to which and where to pick the mushroom, then you may do so. You would separate mushrooms from the soil by hand if possible. Cover over any disturbed soil as neatly and naturally as you can. You will have brought a cloth to wrap it in, and a gift. Shiny things, apple peelings or spice might be such a gift. Tobacco and corn pollen are traditional in some places. Your intuition should guide you in this. Traditionally, fairies love silver, like copper, and hate iron. Thank the fairy, thank the mushroom, and thank the all. Thankfulness is always in order. Be careful of any promises you make to the Deva because these things are binding as few things are. When you have settled yourself, quiet your mind. Ask to meet them. You may feel a merging of consciousness. Listen for what they have to tell you. This may not be words, but feelings, pictures, etc. Ask if there is something you can do for them, but do not promise more than you can do. Then ask for any messages that they might wish to share with you. Then listen. When you have learned what they wish to share, separate from your mind from the meditation. Thank them and leave your gift, and return your awareness to the mundane world. Sometimes the gift you give or the gift you get is a song. When you have ended your visit beside the fairy ring, gently return to yourself. Step carefully away. Whether you are there in the solid or only in the spirit, You may return here in spirit whenever you need to commune with the fairy and touch your own inner magic. Sweet dreams. The way to Bluebell Wood is down the old Roman road once used to transport soldiers and weapons of a bygone age. The walls at each side of the road are no longer in existence, but lie in ruins, leaving only a central pathway in which to walk. The golden yellow gorse bushes are mixed in with springtime leaves of wimberry and heather. The rabbits scurry away as you approach, but the hillsides are now quiet, with only the sounds of lambs bleating and the distant call of the curlews. Along one side of the wood there is a vast lake. On reaching the wood, you meet the old shepherd tending his sheep. Resting on his crook, he said, "Please keep to the path to protect the bluebells, as they are only here for a short time." The wood is surrounded by a high wall. Built in the wall is a beautiful archway with an inset door for you to open. You slide the bolt and the door opens with ease. The open door reveals a pathway leading directly into the wood. Our journey is about to begin. As you slowly stroll along the pathway, the bluebells on either side of you fill the air with springtime freshness that only this place can give. The wood is so silent. The only sound to be heard is the rustle of the leaves and the wind chimes that are being gently disturbed by the light breeze. The flickering sunlight dances on your face, giving you a feeling of total contentment. And you begin to wonder, are you alone in the wood, or is some special guardian looking after you? Putting the thought to the back of your mind, you progress further into the wood. The trees sway slightly in the breeze, giving a gentle rustle to the leaves, as if they seem to be trying to whisper a message that you are totally at peace in the wood. Continuing along the path, a fallen tree forms a seat for you to rest. You wonder just how many people have passed this way before without taking the time to sit and admire the surrounding mysteries of the wood. But something tells your subconscious mind that you should stop here and rest a while. Sitting down on the tree, you listen to the silence of the wood. And you are certain that someone calls your name. Surely not. But again your name is called. You look round, but no one is there. The tree leaves begin to turn upwards to the sky, letting in a wide ray of sunlight directly around the place where you are sitting. As you look towards the sky, the light is so bright that you can hardly see. Shielding your eyes to protect them, you look back down into the wood. The light has spread out in all directions, giving the carpet of bluebells a vivid spectrum of caressing color, which you have never seen before, and you now have the feeling that you are shrouded by this celestial medium of light. The carpet of light is surrounded by angels, their features mirrored by the powder blue color reflected, and you know now that you are in a special place. The angels stay with you for a while, but then the tree leaves begin to rustle, and the wind chimes ring out, as if whispering that special message that is the calling to the angels to leave this place and return to their celestial home. The angels gently leave, knowing that their task is complete, having looked over you on your journey. As the angels begin to return to their celestial home, the light that surrounds you fades away, leaving the flickering rays of the afternoon sun filtering through the leafy rooftops, but remaining with you to refresh your mind and body with the golden glow of nature. Retracing your steps through the wood, the sun is now setting over the lake, the reflection coloring the still waters with its golden glow. The same glow that is within you after your vision in the wood. You reach the door and pass through the archway, closing the door and leaving the stillness of the wood behind. It is now time to complete your journey and retain the heavenly light that you have experienced along the pathway of your journey, and return back to your everyday life with your mind refreshed with the presence and mystery and the mystique of Bluebell Wood. To assist your return, I will now count you back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are back. When you are ready, you can open your eyes and remember your journey into Bluebell Wood. This is a lucid dream induction to enter the fairy realm. Make yourself comfortable and watch the mushroom pendulum as you drift off to sleep. You are walking along a wooded path. Fairy folk slumber in a small clearing beside the wooded path. Above, fireflies spread their dancing candlelight over ancient flagstones marking the path. Rainbow-colored fairy wings shimmer with silvery light as on each sleeping fairy face the fireflies glow alight. Behold, rosemary and lavender sleeping arm in arm, and gentle Daisy's head, bent low, rests on a twisted bit of hawthorn root. With a nod, brave hawthorn beckons you come rest in his shade. You settle there on a bed of moss and begin to relax. The summer wind seems to whisper, "Close your eyes, gentle ones, and listen carefully to the night bird's song." The night bird lift their voices in a melody learned from the summer wind as he played games among the reeds at water's edge. The melody blends perfectly with the throaty croak of frogs and ripple of the woodland stream. You linger in your mossy bed and focus on the song. Gradually, you feel your tension melt away and release, flowing down through your body and draining into the warm earth. Inhale, and your lungs fill with cool, clear night air. You breathe in all the fragrant scents of woodland herbs. Wild rose and honeysuckle blend with the dancing colors of the rainbow reflected in the light of thousands of tiny fireflies. As you breathe, you feel the breeze brush your face and hear the nightbird's song echoing through the woodlands. All is peaceful and safe. You are completely at home among the fairy folk and forest sprites. As you lie there feeling relaxed and comfortable, you feel a tugging at the tips of your fingers. Two of the fairies are tugging at your hands, urging you to sit up and look around. You do as you are bid. Around you, the forest is dense and green, filled with beautiful oak, elm, ash, and maple trees. But the once peaceful forest is bustling with activity. Bright silvery lights that seem to emanate from inside the bodies of the fairy folk glow everywhere. These marvelous little beings are dressed in beautifully colored clothing and flitter about the woodland, preparing for something. You stand up, and the fairies that woke you whispered their names to you. You realize that knowing the true name of a fairy is a great honor, for the tiny being has chosen you as a friend. You tell them your name and they smile shyly. Once the introductions are over, your two new friends work quickly, dressing you in shimmering garments, much like their own. One brushes your hair, while the other weaves you a crown of fragrant flowers. When they have finished, they point you to a small pool where you can see yourself reflected in the dark surface. You look at yourself and find that you are more beautiful than you ever imagined you could be. The fairy companions are smiling at you. You smile back, feeling relaxed, beautiful, and powerful. You look down at your hands and see the glow of this newfound inner light, lighting you in the same silvery light your companions shimmer with. Your companions tell you that this is your true self. You feel wonderful, safe, and happy. A cluster of fireflies gathers around, dancing with joy. Before long, the forest sprites have all caught the exuberance of the dance. The fairy folk come together to honor their queen with their dance. The spirits of plants, trees, flowers, and stones all participate until every part of nature has joined the dance. You too eagerly join in the dance with all your heart, and in the moonlight, you allow yourself to be completely free and at peace. When the dance has ended, you notice the bright green light in the distance. It wasn't there before. Your companions look in the direction you are gazing and shout with joy. All around you the activity ceases, and fairy folk cheer the arrival of their queen. The joy is so great that for a moment the light emanating from their bodies blinds you. Once the initial burst of excitement passes, the light dims and you can see again. You look across the small clearing and see a beautiful fairy with long red hair and bright green eyes. She is seated beneath a magnificent ash tree. Beside her, a bow and a sheath of arrows lie ready for her use, and on her leg she wears a dagger. Even at this distance, you can feel her power. For the first time, you feel just a touch of fear. Then, as if reading your mind, she looks at you and smiles. She tells you that there is no need to be afraid. You are one of her children, and she loves you. She tells you that she wishes to speak with you and motions you to come forward. The fairy folk part and allow you to approach your mother while they keep a respectful distance away. You have been invited to the summer wood, and she has things to tell you. Her eyes meet yours, and you feel the wild power in her gaze. She sees everything that is hidden within. She looks at your intentions and studies you to see if you have done any deed without selfishness. The regal fairy seems happy with what she finds and opens her arms to you. Her body scent evokes memories long forgotten. She invites you to sit. You sit beside her, and she hands you a cup. The drink is warm and sweet and smells of vanilla. You drink it and feel the warmth spread through you as you listen to the things you need to hear. When she has finished, she smiles and says, "It is time for you to go home." She gently squeezes your hand and places in it a small reminder of your visit. Her smile is beautiful, but a little sad as she points you to the woods and the path with the beautiful flagstones. "Don't worry," she tells you. "This is not goodbye. You can find your way back to me whenever you need to talk or even to dance, the dance of the fairy folk. There is no need to be sad or cry. Return as often as you wish." As you walk toward the path, you notice that the fireflies have gathered to light your way out of the woods. Above you, night birds watch over you, protecting you from all harm. You are relaxed and safe. As you step upon each stone, you feel yourself coming closer and closer to consciousness. When you step on the last flagstone, you are ready to come back. You stretch and sit up fully awake as you think about the things you were told.